Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little.
From me, I look at you, may I say, crime is a byproduct of something. It don't make sense to fix crime. Just like a Damion Crawford say him as a big man, may I say from me a little pick me say, yo, crime a byproduct of something. So it don't make sense to fix, it don't make sense to try to fix the crime. And you know, fix what distribute the byproduct, if you get what me I say, isn't it? So it's like either tantamount to you having mosquito infestation in your house, brother. If you zap them, you buy a destroyer, you spray them out with bacon and pyro, you kill them with your hand, and everything where you can think of. You buy your repellent and you put it on your picnic and yourself. If you don't go to the root of the matter, it's like you waste your time. You could have killed them from morning till night. The whole of the police, them, Adams included, which part me come from in Kingston. Adams going at that, go murder out everything, bad man. You see me? Cowboy night, you can call the whole of them leng. The whole of them over the years, the tactics was, yo, you have to kill off them bad man, yeah, but you still not go to the root of the problem, bad man. Just like with the mosquito, if you have one whole heap of bucket and drum and tin mackerel and sardine, this outside turn up, no bore bottom, nothing, and it'll catch water, it'll go get infested with all kind of mosquito shit. You get me? So the same thing with the ghetto, the people them left the ghetto unattended, no policies, they left run them off. This is basically a state to themselves, because some of them you can't even go in there with police nor soldier. So it's a state to itself. So it's like you tell them to go fend for themselves, and that's a destruction, because half of them have education to say, yo, alright, let's build this and patent that. And use the internet, sell this and distribute that and export this, we get that. Them the time they better all man know if you do just go buy a gun and just get pay 5 grand, 10 grand for go murder a boy, and I hate that, brother, and them really understand, say not until them go in and they get to and start implement policies and give people, set the fucking policy in a Jamaica away where get to you evil like myself can't say, yo, we can approach corporate Jamaica and pitch something to them and know, say, yo, me can get some form of aid from them. If you don't set the policies like that, brother, you always have the crime rate we have right now. Because of that the problem. Jamaica not set for Jamaicans. We can't there so find food to eat most of the time. We not make no money, none of the time. Half of people them not no work, bad man. Half of people them not no business. And Chinese come and make billions and trillions of dollars every year, brother, right in front of we in our yard space, Zane. And we can't find food to eat. How that? How we have to set the policies in our country for foreigners and in our city for the people, them, the native people of the state. That don't make no fucking sense, bad man. And not until them change them kind of frame of mind they have with them talk about employment. We don't need employment, we need ownership of business. We want own things, because when you work with people, brother, it come like a fancy way of saying you're a slave. So at the end of the day, we don't believe in that shit there, isn't it? So until them change stuff like that, bro, we're gonna always have crime, we're gonna always have murder and all of them shit there.
So therefore, if you keep fighting criminals, you're not fighting crime. To fight crime is to prevent the crime from happening. Mm-hmm. You understand what I say?
Right.
So this thing with more police, more prison, more this, more that is to fight the criminal. And yes, you have to fight the current criminals. But if you keep mopping the floor when the pipe is running, you'll never stop mopping the floor.
Mm-hmm.
You see me? I come from.
Right.
So therefore, we have to now look and say, firstly, what are the characteristics of the persons who like to be a criminal? Because if we give a murder, every murder to a different murderer, this year we're going to have maybe 1,000 murderers. Right? Mm-hmm. Meaning him only kill one man and then not kill nobody else. At most, you can have 1,100 murderers this year, because 1,100 people get murdered. Mm-hmm. So if you really look on it, and a whole heap of them, you know. If you're really looking at it, and maybe 1,600 murderer this year or 1,400 murderer right now, compared to 3 million people. Mm-hmm. So when you check out the situation is, what is the characteristics? Them go to non-traditional school mainly. So we have to fix the non-traditional schools. Them don't have any double parent homes, or them are mostly single mothers. So we have to start encourage double parent or give them greater access to male role models. Them not have nobody to help them when them going to that path, when them are crossover. So we have to move the guidance counselors from, we have guidance counselors in the high schools. They have one guidance counselor to every 1,000 people. Mm-hmm. That can't make no sense and can't offer real guidance. You understand where I come from? We have to start the community policing. We have to start get greater opportunities as it relates to earning potential. earning opportunities. So right now, if you want to take a loan to start agriculture, you can't get it. If you want to take out a loan for buy 3 cow, or you want to take out a loan for buy 6 goat, you can't get it. So a man possibly thief for some goat instead of start raising one and goat. So we are fighting the wrong thing. Now, if you're fighting the wrong thing, then you wonder how the thing are dead. You understand where I come from?
Right.
Me go out in the bush and start shoot up every lion, and I wonder how the snake are dead. Right. You're fighting the wrong thing. If you don't fight snake would have dead. So yeah, let me tell you, the biggest problem is that them fighting the wrong thing.
Jamaica with them corruption, tell you this shit, man. You think they don't know who I do, brother? How much sting operation with a crime infested place like Jamaica? How much sting operation you see them do? As basic as car stealing ring is, how much sting operation you see them set up to hold some of them on there. Them naughty because at the end of the day are the same fucking politician and the same big police them. And them a food off of the same criminal activity we are going in Jamaica. And if we set up a sting operation right now in this technological era, brother, even a man like myself or anybody in this group, I could have set up a sting operation and make a man go thief a car and jack it right back to which part them a cut it and hold on for a man, surround man, helicopter, blah blah blah. They not do it, brother, because at the end of the day, they know who I do and every man compromise. Every gunman have secret for police, every police have secret for politician, and that's what you think, brother. Every single one, you do more than 10 years in a politics guy, you're freaking yard, brother, just decided because yeah, I'm gonna do the worst thing about it is poor people, the same poor people, them depend on for them vote every election time, never really realize how the game rigged for them lose and for the politician and for the rich people them live. Them not have an issue with crime, you know, because at the end of the day, half of them don't have investment in a funeral homes, you know, so more around the dead, you know, brother, I better I fit them, you know. People not even look upon them things that they set for themselves, but they will always make money, and none of them are dead. Our poor people are dead left, right, and center, isn't it?
The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes. Men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed,